Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves, because what just went down makes the Kardashians' drama look like a toddler's tea party. We're talking about a bombshell so messy, so jaw-dropping, that it left three of the loudest, wildest, and sharpest voices in pop culture, Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, and 50 Cent, completely floored. And if those three are shocked, you know this isn't just some light gossip. This is the kind of headline that feels like it leaked straight out of a parallel universe where chaos is currency. Charlie Kirk, yes, the professional pot stirrer, human Twitter trend machine, and walking controversy magnet, dropped a truth grenade so massive it made Twitter threads combust and comment sections implode. One statement, one viral clip, and suddenly the internet isn't just buzzing, it's convulsing. And caught in the epicenter of this cultural earthquake? Three men who usually do the shocking themselves. Katt's sarcasm, Chappelle's razor-sharp punchlines, and 50's no-filter trolling collided with Kirk's curveball. And the result? Pure digital mayhem. Think Avengers, Infinity War, but replace the superheroes with comedians and rappers and swap out Thanos for a conservative commentator with a microphone. This isn't just news. This is a circus on fire. And trust me, you won't believe what comes next. To understand why this story cracked the internet in half, you have to rewind and look at Charlie Kirk, the man who has built an entire career out of dropping verbal Molotov cocktails. He's like if Twitter was a person, loud, controversial, and impossible to ignore even when you desperately want to. Every time he opens his mouth, somebody trends, and usually it's because people are screaming, "Did he really just say that?" And this time, he didn't just stir the pot. He knocked the pot off the stove, set the kitchen on fire, and then blamed the smoke alarm. His latest bombshell was so wild it didn't just land on his usual crowd of political junkies. It escaped into the wild jungle of pop culture and landed in the laps of three legends who are never caught off guard: Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, and 50 Cent. Now let's be clear. These three aren't the type to gasp at anything. Katt Williams has roasted entire industries with a smirk and a cigarette. Dave Chappelle has stared down cancel culture with a microphone in one hand and controversy in the other. And 50 Cent, please, this man has survived 9 bullets, countless rap beefs, and more Instagram feuds than the average high schooler. Shocked isn't in their vocabulary, but somehow Kirk pulled it off. So what did he say? In classic Kirk fashion, it was blunt, bold, and broadcast like he was narrating the Book of Revelations. He delivered a rant that somehow blended culture wars, generational divides, and a spicy sprinkle of conspiracy, leaving everyone asking, is this genius-level trolling? Or did he actually just expose something real? Within hours, clips of Kirk's truth bomb spread across social media like wildfire in California. Headlines didn't just cover it, they screamed it. Twitter users posted reaction GIFs faster than Marvel fans spoil post-credit scenes. TikTokers chopped it into bite-sized edits layered with dramatic music. Instagram turned it into reels that your aunt, your cousin, and that one conspiracy-loving coworker all reposted at the same time. It wasn't just news. It was content gold. But here's where it got interesting. The reactions from our three kings of chaos. Katt Williams, the comedian who once roasted a teenager mid-interview without blinking, reportedly sat back and muttered, "This man has officially lost his wig." His fans erupted, remixing his comment into memes. One viral edit showed Katt's iconic perm flying off his head like it heard Kirk's bombshell and couldn't take it anymore. Meanwhile, Dave Chappelle, who usually dissects society with surgical precision, went full philosopher. He joked during a set, "Charlie Kirk just made me wonder if reality is written by unpaid interns at TMZ." That line alone had audiences choking on their drinks. Chappelle doesn't shock easily, but you could tell this one made him pause, stroke his chin and think, damn, maybe I should write a new Netflix special tonight. And then, of course, 50 Cent. If there's one man who lives for internet chaos, it's him. The moment Kirk's rant hit, 50 was on Instagram with a caption so savage it deserved its own Hall of Fame plaque. "Bruh, even my baby mama got more logic than this." He added a laughing emoji storm. Because of course he did. And suddenly the comment section became a free-for-all. Fans spammed 50 don't miss while others begged him to drop a diss track. Honestly, if 50 put Kirk on a mixtape interlude tomorrow, nobody would be surprised. The first reactions weren't just about laughs, though. They triggered an avalanche of debate. Supporters of Kirk hailed him as a fearless truth-teller, someone finally saying what everyone's too scared to say. Critics blasted him as reckless, divisive, and about as reliable as gas station sushi. And stuck in the middle of it all were Katt, Chappelle, and 50, each bringing their own flavor of sarcasm to the circus. It's almost poetic. 3 icons who've built careers on shocking audiences suddenly found themselves blindsided. It's like watching magicians pulled on stage and realizing, wait, this trick got us too? That's why the internet couldn't let it go. It wasn't just the bombshell itself. It was seeing legends react like regular people, jaw-dropped, confused, and roasting the situation in real time. As the dust settled from the first wave of reactions, fans started piecing together every second of footage. Every stray comment, every laugh, every shrug. Threads titled Katt Williams versus Charlie Kirk, Who Won? Blew up. YouTube channels dropped hour-long deep dives analyzing Chappelle's response. Instagram flooded with memes of 50's caption plastered across random stock photos of people fainting. The narrative was clear. Kirk had thrown a grenade into the culture, and the shrapnel hit 3 of the most unshakable men alive. For once, the clowns weren't laughing at the circus, and they were part of it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was just the beginning, when the shouting, laughing, and roasting finally started to quiet down. The dust revealed something nobody could ignore. This wasn't just another viral moment. It was a cultural earthquake. The kind of scandal that doesn't fade in a day or two. It leaves cracks in reputations, fractures in industries, and questions people will be chewing on for years. For Katt Williams, the aftermath was almost poetic. A man who has made his career out of exposing absurdity suddenly found himself stunned by it. Fans looked at him differently, not as the guy who always had the punchline, but as the guy who blinked in shock like the rest of us. It gave him an almost human layer, a relatability he didn't even ask for. And yet, he did what Katt does best. He weaponized the moment. Within days, clips of him weaving Kirk's bombshell into his stand-up surfaced. He turned confusion into comedy, roasting Kirk so savagely that fans started calling it Katt's new Netflix special disguised as a rant. His reputation didn't just survive. It thrived because when chaos comes knocking, Katt knows how to turn it into content. Dave Chappelle's fallout was quieter but deeper. Audiences expected him to go full professor, dissecting Kirk's statement until nothing remained but dust. Instead, Chappelle paused. He gave people a side of him rarely seen, the man genuinely baffled, grappling with the absurdity of modern culture. That pause went viral. It became a symbol of how even the sharpest minds can be floored by the ridiculous. Chappelle eventually addressed it in his shows, using his trademark wit to turn the incident into a philosophical joke about reality itself. Fans didn't see him as rattled. They saw him as the only person brave enough to admit he didn't have all the answers. And in a world addicted to hot takes, that honesty elevated him even more. Scent, of course, played it differently. For him, the scandal was free promo. Every time Kirk's name trended, 50's caption was attached somewhere. He knew the algorithm game better than anyone. Controversy equals clicks. Clicks equal visibility, and visibility equals money. He dropped memes, he added fuel to the fire, and he sat back as his Instagram engagement skyrocketed. If Katt turned chaos into comedy and Chappelle turned it into reflection, 50 turned it into branding. To his fans, it was classic 50, the man who can turn even confusion into clout. But the biggest aftermath wasn't about these 3 icons at all. It was about Charlie Kirk. Because love him or hate him, he had pulled off the unthinkable. He had forced his way into a cultural conversation that normally shuts him out. Suddenly, he wasn't just trending in political circles. He was trending in comedy, in hip-hop, in mainstream pop culture. He had comedians, rappers, bloggers, and fans all dissecting his words. For Kirk, this was jackpot territory. His supporters hailed him as the truth-teller shaking the establishment. His critics blasted him as reckless and absurd. But either way, everyone was talking about him. And in the age of clout, that's victory. Still, the backlash left scars. Comedy legends painting him as a punchline, rappers clowning him, the internet immortalizing his words in memes, all of that sticks. He may have gained reach, but he also picked up a shadow he can't shake. The guy who even Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, and 50 Cent couldn't take seriously. For some, that was validation. For others, it was humiliation. For Kirk, it was both a win and a loss. Clout wrapped in controversy, relevance drenched in ridicule. The fans were the final piece of the puzzle. Because this wasn't just entertainment. it was catharsis. People use the scandal to vent about bigger issues: the absurdity of culture wars, the insanity of modern politics, the constant circus of celebrity commentary. Threads turned into therapy sessions. TikToks became confessionals. The scandal wasn't just about Kirk's words. It was about how exhausted people were with the chaos of it all. And yet, they couldn't look away. That's the paradox. Outrage hurts, but outrage entertains. By the time the smoke cleared, one truth remained. This wasn't the end. It was a season finale cliffhanger. Because if Kirk has proven anything, it's that he'll drop another bombshell soon. And if Katt, Chappelle, and 50 have proven anything, it's that they'll be there to roast, reflect, and troll when it happens. The internet will explode again. The cycle will repeat. And we'll all be right back here, popcorn in hand, scrolling like addicts waiting for the next hit of chaos. The love of drama never dies. It just reloads. So there it is, the cultural circus that left comedians scratching their heads, rappers clowning on Instagram, and fans debating like their Wi-Fi bill depended on it. Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, and 50 Cent, three men who usually break the internet with their own chaos, ended up stunned, roasted, and memed by someone they never saw coming. And Charlie Kirk? He walked away with the kind of clout you can't buy, even if it came soaked in ridicule. But what do you think? Was Kirk dropping a truth bomb or just spitting out nonsense dressed up as revelation? Was Katt the ultimate victor for turning shock into jokes? Did Chappelle win by admitting the absurdity, or was 50 the real champ, flipping it all into Instagram engagement? And do you think this was a one-time circus or the start of an ongoing saga where Kirk keeps throwing grenades just to watch the internet burn? Drop your theories below, because let's be real, your comments are often spicier than the scandals themselves. While you're at it, smash that like button like it owes you rent. Hit subscribe the way 50 hits the comment section, and ring that notification bell louder than the internet dragged Kirk's soundbite, because here at Fame Flaws, the scandals don't stop, they multiply. We bring the tea hotter than Katt's punchlines, heavier than a Chappelle mic drop, and messier than 50's Instagram beefs. So stick around, because the next bombshell is already brewing and you're not going to want to miss it. This has been Fame Flaws, where fame cracks, flaws shine, and the drama never ends.